Hey guys, so it's Brienne here, and it is another day in quarantine and self-isolating, and I was really bored today, so I decided to do my makeup, and since my makeup's done and that, I figured why not film a video while I'm doing it. And then I kind of sat around and I was like, I have no idea what to film. Like, I was like, what should I film? Like, I don't want this makeup to go to waste, because I took so many pictures today and I hate every single one of them, so why not make a video? But so I figured, since I recently posted my top 5 favorite anime video that should be live, that is live, I figured why not do a manga video, because not everyone likes anime. Some people prefer to read. I go in my moods that I prefer just reading or I just prefer watching anime. It just depends how I feel. And lately I've kind of been on my manga kick again. I have been watching Chihayafuru season 3, but I have been reading a lot more than watching it. So yeah, I just figured I'd come on. First I was gonna share my top 5 favorite manga, but I went on Kitsu and I went to see what I have saved as my top 5, like as my favorite manga, and I saw I have 10. So I figured, like, since I have 10, they'll kind of hopefully hit a bunch of different categories in case like one thing doesn't really seem what you'd be into. I might have another manga that I like that's more up your alley, so I figured I'll just share 10. I will just go over them briefly, maybe do a bit of a summary. Not really sure, still getting new to these videos. And yeah, just in case you're bored at home like I am and you're looking for something new to read that you haven't read yet, or some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. I do have, I think, quite a few short ones. I think one's a manhwa or something as well. But yeah, I figured I'd just hop on in case you're bored and looking for something to do. And in case you don't want to listen to me ramble and go off or whatever, I will leave my Kitsu link down below. You can go on my profile and see what anime and manga I favorited. I've only favorited a few anime, but I favorited I think it's 10 manga. I had bangs in my Chihaya video I filmed. Those are fake. Those were fake, but these are real. I went off like on a TikTok binge, and since I figure I won't see anyone for probably another month or so, my bangs will probably be grown out by then, so why not go for it? I don't know how I feel. I did have bangs growing up until I was like probably 10 or 11, so like I knew they wouldn't look absolutely tragic on me, and I do kind of have a big forehead. But yeah, so I have bangs. Also, I can't wait to finish filming this video, because these eyelashes, I bought them recently. Like, I bought them a while ago, but they just came in recently. And I bought them because they reminded me of how lashes used to look when I had lash extensions. But I don't think I really like these. They're kind of uncomfortable. And I also put this one on really badly, and the corners are starting to peel. So hopefully you can't see that on camera. But yeah, I'm rambling. If you sat through that, I am so sorry. I'll try to put a timestamp to that end in my rambliness, because like not everyone wants to hear that. I also got an Ipsy today, which is like a makeup unboxing subscription thing, and now I'm like, should I film that? But then I'm like, I don't think I want to. I'd much rather talk about manga, because yeah, I really do enjoy making these videos. But okay, got my tea, got my Mac right here, and I'm ready. So the first manga I have is from 2009. It's called Bloody Cross, and I actually don't have to pop in a picture. I will be popping in pictures for these, by the way, but I don't have to pop in a picture for this one because I do have 2 of these. I have the 5th volume and the 1st volume. My boyfriend randomly bought me the 5th after I said I really like this manga, and I don't know why he bought me the 5th. Like, I love it, I appreciate it. Cover looks so cool, but like, I didn't have the 1st. So yeah, I want to finish this collection. It is a completed collection in case you're curious. So it has 72 chapters. It is completed like I mentioned, and I will quickly read the summary for you. And it also has a 27. It also has a 75% community approval rating. So like, people rated it 75%. But so it says, half angels, individuals cursed because of their impure lineage. I apologize in advance for any pronunciations for anything I say in this video, because I suck at English as it is, and these are Japanese names. So Tsukimaya is a vampire half-angel, and with her companion of convenience, Hinata, with whom she shares a strained relationship at best and an antagonistic one at worst, are on the search for God's Book of Prophecy. The book harbors immense power and is supposedly the only thing capable of removing the half-blood curse that Tsukimaya and Hinata share. The problem is nobody knows if the book's power is enough to save 2 people, and neither is willing to share it with the other. It's an action, fantasy, and vampire tags. And yeah, it's actually just really interesting. I found it after watching Vampire Night, I believe. I was just looking for anime or manga similar, and this came up. And yeah, I love the illustration, I love the story, it's really, really good. I don't know, I just really, really like it. I really like Kanata. I find a lot of joy in his character. He's just like, I don't know, I enjoy him, and I also do like the main character as well. But yeah, if you're looking for an action fantasy vampire manga, then I definitely recommend checking this one out, because yeah, it sold me right away after reading like the first chapter, I want to say. So the next manga I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to skip over really quickly, because I do mention it in my anime video, because it's a manga and an anime. Both are really, really good, but unfortunately I don't think that anime is going to get another season, so that's annoying. And because of that, I've had to resort to the manga clearly, because that is still ongoing and I love it. So it has an 83% community approval, and so it's Yona of the Dawn. Like I said, it is still ongoing. I have read up to, I believe it's chapter 191. So yeah, there's quite a bit of chapters. There's just a lot to this story. It's really, really good. It's an action, adventure, comedy, fantasy, friendship, romance, and shoujo manga. If you like reading manga and watching anime, I suggest maybe just checking out the anime really quickly, and just like seeing if you kind of are enjoying it, because then you can get a feel if you like the manga, because obviously the manga is the same for the most part and just carries on with the story and goes more into detail in that. But unfortunately, if you do really enjoy the anime, you're going to have to read the manga, because like I said, I don't think there will be another season, even though there should be, because it's such a good anime. It was probably the next anime I watched after finishing Inuyasha, and I kind of was just like dying with anime. I was like, nothing can top Inuyasha, because Inuyasha is just like the anime I grew up on and was so nostalgic and that. But I saw this, I heard of it like when it first came out, and at the time I wasn't really into anime or manga. That just wasn't me in that time. I was like in high school, grade 9, I was doing other things. But then I decided to get back into it a few years ago, and yeah, I came across this one. It's amazing. I love it. The story, there's just so much to it. I feel like it's definitely a really underrated. And yeah, I just definitely recommend checking. Oh, I didn't even read it. Should I read it? I'll read it really quickly. But Princess Yona lives an ideal life as the only princess of her kingdom. Doted on by her father, the king, and protected by her faithful guard, Hawk, she cherishes the time spent with the man she loves, Suwon. But everything changes on her 16th birthday when tragedy strikes her family. That sounds so interesting to me, and like, yeah. I love it. It's one of my favorite. I don't want to ramble on too long about it, because I do go talk about it a bit in the anime video as well. Alright, so the next manga I have, I don't actually know how to say this first word. It's like Dengeki Daisy. It has an 82% community approval. It is a finished manga. Don't actually have it, but I definitely would buy all the physical copies for this one, because I really do like it. It is one of the first manga I think I read, in all honesty. So it has 80 chapters and 15, that's a 16, I'm not wearing my glasses, and 16 volumes. It came out in 2007, and yeah, it's a comedy, drama, and romance manga. It's kind of different. It's definitely like its own little premise. I don't know the word I'm looking at. But I will quickly read the summary to see if you guys are interested in it and if it's something you guys would want to check out. So it says, before he died, Kurabayashi, Teru's brother, gave her only a cell phone, telling her to contact Daisy if she ever needs someone to talk to. Now, even though she lives alone and without relatives, Teru, I think, never feels lonely, because Daisy is her constant confidant and supporter. In order to pay off a debt, Teru finds herself needing to work for the rude, inconsiderate, and abusive, not to mention quite handsome, school janitor Kurosaki-kun. While her predicament seems on the opposite spectrum of her relationship with Daisy, maybe Teru's two different worlds are more closely connected than she thought. I think it's just like a really cute romance / interesting story. I personally think it's really worth the read. Oh, this one. Alright, so the next manga I want to talk about is Shinigami Lovers. Came out in 2007, and it only has a 71% community approval. It is a shorter manga. It has 2 volumes and 12 chapters only. And for me personally, it was kind of one of those mangas that I felt like it ended too soon. Like there could have been more to the story, and I would have been really happy. Like I was just disappointed that it ended, because I was so like invested in it. But so it is a drama, fantasy, romance, school life, and shoujo I think that's how you say that. And so I'll read the summary. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you, I also have Yona of the Dawn, a manga up there as well, but I won't get it down because that ship has sailed. But so it says, Onda Maiku, was just a regular high school girl who I cannot read today. High school girl who loves nails. But suddenly she got into a terrible accident and Shinigami, death god, fastened Thanatos' lover, his chain of death onto her wrist. However, she was taken by mistake and was brought back to life, but the chain cannot be removed until the end of her lifespan. She is now chained to Sei until then. Sei may be hot, but he is a bit scary. Being tied together with him, just what kind of fate awaits Miku? But yeah, so it was just really a short manga, but to me it was actually really memorable. Like I said, I was just disappointed that it ended so soon. It is a shorter one, so if you have a bit of time and you want to read like a cute kind of weird romance novel, check it out. Alright, so the next one I have is another completed manga. It's called Kamisama Goken at Armeria. It came out in 2012. It has 36 chapters. The summary is actually really brief, but the thing that drew me on was the artwork. I just saw the title and the artwork, not the title, but the cover page. Why can't I think of it? But the cover page. And that's just what really drew me in. I am someone that like really kind of sticks to specific art styles, and that's how I'm drawn into watching my anime and picking up my manga. So yeah, the artwork was really great, and I'll read this. It actually doesn't have any community approval, so I guess it is a manga that people don't really talk about. There are like no comments except my own on the Kitsu page. So yeah, it's not really popular clearly, but it is really good in my opinion. So it's a fantasy romance and a shoujo again. And so it says Yanagawa Rokuhana is a student from Armeria, a school where only 30 students are attending. Little did Yanagawa realize that she was actually the chosen one by God to protect the world from the almighty God of death. But yeah, I actually, apparently, 4 months ago, oh boy, something's on my face. Wrong way. But I apparently 4 months ago like wrote like a whole like review of this manga without even remembering it. I'll summarize it really quick because I wrote a lot actually. But yeah, so I pretty much just said like the artwork really drew me in. I really enjoyed the storyline, and near the end I was dreading that there was going to be a few plot holes, but now at the time being I couldn't think of any. I said even though it is a romance manga, there's actually not that many romantic, like it's just not really a like very romantic manga. It's minimal, but I enjoyed it. I don't have a favorite characters. I love all the characters in their own unique way, and I definitely add it to my favorites. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking that one out. This was the one I was talking about. I believe it's a manhwa. I can't think of what it's actually called, and they just have it under a manga, but I believe it's Chinese, not Japanese. But so the American name for it, because I know I'm gonna butcher this, is called Flower Time. It has 79 chapters and it is finished, but since it is the Chinese comic, I can't think of the word. It is a quicker read in my opinion. I do enjoy reading like Korean and Chinese comics just because I do find that they can be quicker reads, because to me they go more into the artwork and that, and I feel like there is a lot less actual reading. So they are quicker, so even though it is 79 chapters, it doesn't feel like 79 chapters when you're reading it because the chapters aren't super long. And like I said, and so this one doesn't have an approval rating at all. There's no comments or anything about it, but I actually really like it, so I'm just gonna read the summary really quick in case it sounds like something you'd want to check out. It's a comedy, romance, and school life. So it says high school student Shio Shang An is experienced in life in the big city for the first time while she is staying with her distant relatives. At the behest of her relatives' friends, she ends up disguising herself and sneaking into a bar with them, where she runs into a handsome and charming employee. The following day, she goes back to her regular appearance, only to have a very different encounter, meeting a guy who is nothing but rude and hateful. So it's kind of obvious where this storyline takes you. I don't know, I think it's just a really cute romance. Manhwa, I believe is what they're called. Please don't yell at me, I'm probably wrong. But yeah, it's just really cute. I actually picked it up again recently and started reading it because yeah, I just really like it. It's really cute. It's just a cute read. So I actually don't remember this manga that I have favorited, which is weird. So this one is 2 volumes only and it's 8 chapters. It's finished and it's called Kimika Kira na Nakoi no Hanashi. I don't remember it. It doesn't have any ratings really. 2 people reacted to it. They said could have more history, really amazing, and the art style is just beautiful. So that being said, I feel like I was probably drawn into the art style. I also left some comments saying it was short and sweet, probably one of my favorite shorter manga, and I'd recommend it if you're looking for a quick read. So it's a romance, school life, and shoujo manga. And so the summary is the favorite committee member, Chihiro, the problem child who always skipped, Kurosaki-kun, gets himself involved by the teacher and the relationship changes. Chihiro was very troubled by the ill mouth and uncooperative Kisaragi, but the favorite committee times handsome delinquent, a heart-throbbing school love starts. So yeah, I can't really tell you more about this one because I genuinely don't remember it, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But I did favorite it, so it does have to go for something. Okay, I thought I could open this again because it got dark, but never mind. Alright, so I have 4 more to briefly touch on. Oh my god, this one's Defying Kurosaki. So, I didn't realize it because it has the Japanese name and I'm not that good at Japanese. But I actually have a completely separate video filmed on this manga. I don't know if I actually sell it in the video because I did say it is kind of like a very questionable manga and it isn't one that's for everyone. So I'm just going to briefly go over this one because I do talk about it. My video isn't up yet, but hopefully I'll maybe make that my next video to publish then. But it just says, Yu is a plain girl who had a determination to change when entering in high school. Falling in love with the hot guy nicknamed as White Prince, but somehow keeping an eye in the super saddest guy nicknamed as Black Devil too. So it doesn't have what it is, but it's clearly like a high school romance manga. Doesn't really have, oh, it has a 77% community approval, which I'm surprised slightly. I didn't think that many people would like it, but it is one of my favorite. I am caught up to like the English translation, so I think that's chapter 56, I believe. But it is ongoing. I think there is only like 56 chapters like I just mentioned. And yeah, I really like it. I will say, I'll warn you now, the Black Devil, I'd say he's like one of the main characters. Like he is one of the main characters. I don't know if I'd say he's the main character. His name's literally in the title. I don't know what I'm saying. But he does probably have like slightly like abusive, toxic traits. Kind of think of, what is the one? Wolf Girl and Black Prince. I think that manga or anime. Picture kind of that, how he can kind of not be the best. So that being said, I feel like a lot of people could strongly dislike this manga because it's not showing like good values that young girls should want and see in a relationship. But that being said, it is a guilty pleasure for me, so I recommend checking it out. And it also does have like a love triangle in it, and I love love triangle. Alright, so the next manga I have, I actually reread it again yesterday because I just kind of felt like rereading it. It is finished, I believe, but I have it that it has 31 chapters, but I think in my manga, like what my apps are that I read manga with, I think all the apps I have only say there's 25 chapters, so I don't know why that's different. Why it's like that, but I will say the English name because it's easier, and the English name is My Owner is a Demon. It has a 78% community approval. It's a fantasy historical. I don't get how it's historical. And a romance manga. I am like the only person commenting on Kitsu apparently. But so the summary is, the Masters with Devil said that of nights of full moon, you can see in the moonlight has scorching eyes, gray hair, and a mysterious gaze, with a cold demeanor. Devoted to the devil's charm, he gambles with his life as a token to a contract. So my reaction to it was, this might sound a bit odd, but this honestly reminds me of a perverted black butler, if you will. And I'm kind of laughing at that because I still kind of see it. Probably not the best way to sell it for someone, but I kind of see it. But yeah, I was drawn in by the artwork. It is kind of weird. It is a weird story, but I can't really think of any plot holes. Like, I find that they did bring it to an end really nicely, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It's another one of those like kind of guilty pleasures for me. But if you're looking for something to read, I recommend it. I am so bad at filming these videos. I like just don't know what to say, and this video is already like 30 minutes long. So I'm trying to rush through it quickly because who wants to watch a 30-minute video? Like, I know you guys have nothing better to do because I don't have anything better to do either. But yeah. Alright, so I have 2 more. The last one I'm going to be really brief on because I did talk about it in another video. Again, I don't think that video's out though. I have been filming a lot of anime and manga related videos because I do really enjoy them, and I am getting slightly more comfortable with them. I just kind of ramble a lot in them, and then I feel like that's a terrible video, and then I don't want to post it, but I post it anyways, so yeah. But this one is called The Princess and the Three Beasts. It is a short one. It is 4 volumes and 12 chapters only, so if you're looking for something quick and short, I recommend this. It has a 78% community approval. It's a fantasy and a shoujo-ai. And so the summary says, the royal palace of the kingdom of Alba Forest received 1 letter of advance notice. That is, we shall take the last treasure left behind by the late king to his beloved daughter Violet. The The sender of that letter was a group of robbers called the Three Beasts. When Violet meets one of them by chance, the crow, her life changes greatly. So yeah, it's just like a really, really cute, delightful story. Yeah, it's pretty much just a cute fantasy slash romance where a princess runs off with a group of thieves. That was someone's reaction to it, and that describes it to a T. I really, really like the artwork. Some of the chapters were longer than others when it came to it though, so it's not a super, super quick read, but it is only 12 chapters. And I also said that if you like Yona of the Dawn, it has similar vibes, so yeah, so it's kind of similar to Yona of the Dawn. But yeah, it's just like an adventure romance. And alright, so the last manga is actually not a manga, it's a manhwa, the Korean version, and it is Who Made Me a Princess. So I do mention this in another video. I don't remember if the video is up or not, but it should go up before this one anyways. It has an 83% community approval. It's a comedy, fantasy, isekai, magic, romance, shoujo, and slice of life. It is ongoing. There is quite a bit of no, there's not quite a bit of chapters. I think 72 or 71 chapters are out now. I haven't seen the newest chapters. I've just seen previews posted places, but I actually haven't properly read them. And I'll just read the summary really, really quickly. So it says the beautiful Anastasia was killed at the hands of her own biological father, Claude de Alger Oblia, the cold-blooded emperor. It's just a silly bedtime story, until one woman wakes up to suddenly find she became that unfortunate princess. She needs a plan to survive her doomed fate, and time is running out. Will she go with plan A, live as quietly as possible without being noticed by the infamous emperor? Plan B, collect enough money to escape the palace? Or will she be stuck with plan C, sweet-talking her way into her father's good graces? Oh my god, my eye just started burning. I don't know why. I'm tearing off these eyelashes after this video. I really, really, really have been enjoying manhwas. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Lately, I just really, really love the artwork. Like, the artwork in this is absolutely beautiful. I love, like, every single character. I do have my favorites, though. Again, I don't want to go into too much detail because I do have a completely separate video on this manhwa. But yeah, it is an isekai, but it's not, like, a terrible isekai. I've noticed that a lot of manhwas lately have been, like, kind of all having the same kind of storyline, being like an isekai and like someone died and then they end up in a novel or they end up in a video game and they have to survive. But this was the first one I read that was like that, and this one is probably my favorite that I've read like that, and I've read quite a bit. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking it out. Like I said, I think there's 72 chapters out right now. But again, like I mentioned earlier, since it is a manhwa, I find that they're just quicker to read because you're more just looking at the beautiful artwork in that, and there isn't as many text boxes and that, speech boxes. But yeah, so that is all my favorite manga and that I have on Kitsu and that I have felt the need to favorite. I also have some Blue Devil mangas as well. Blue Exorcist. I did enjoy this anime, but I actually haven't read the manga yet. Someone just bought these for me. And like I mentioned before, I do have Yona of the Dawn as well. But yeah, hopefully this video is helpful if you're looking for some new manga or anything to read because you're stuck inside like I am because of how the world is going right now. Wow, this lighting just keeps getting worse. But yeah, hopefully this video isn't too rambly. Right now it's at 35 minutes, so I'm hoping to make it down to like 20 minutes somehow, maybe. I don't know. I rambled a lot in this video and I'm really, really sorry. If you made it to the end, you're awesome. Hopefully you find something you like. If you have any recommendations for me, please leave them down below. I'm currently going through all my like manga apps and trying to read all my completed short ones just to get them out of the way, and then I can just track them on Kitsu. But yeah, and I'm not sponsored by Kitsu, even though I always talk about them. I recommend checking them out. It's just like an anime slash manga tracker, and like there's a whole community that you can talk to people and share your love of manga and anime and other stuff, which is really, really cool. Like I mentioned before, I'll leave it down below. But yeah, I don't want this video to be any more longer. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day or had a great day. Any suggestions, leave them down below. If I said anything wrong, I'm sorry, please don't hate me and don't come at me. Feel free to correct me, like I don't mind corrections, but just be nice about it. And I hope everyone is staying safe and staying inside, so hopefully this pandemic ends sooner rather than later. But yeah, bye guys.